So, I'm going on my 5th year of being diagnosed with a pituitary tumor. I'm a little emotional right now. I just got done making another video. I got sick. Well, let's see, where should I even start? It's so hard making videos because your brain gets lost in it all. There's so much and it's so complex that it's hard to really pinpoint everything at one time. But I guess when I was first diagnosed in 2012, everything was just a spiral and everything got worse, one thing after another, and nothing was getting better. When I started medication, everything just enhanced and became 1,000 times worse for me. Every side effect that you could possibly imagine I was going through, and never got validation from any single one of them. Went from bromocriptine, couldn't tolerate it at all, to cabergoline or Docinix. They didn't do, it wasn't a good transition. It was just stop bromo, start Docinix, and just keep going. It was rough. It was rough transitioning. It's been rough through the whole process of medication. I think I barely started tolerating it. My dog. I barely started tolerating it. I think in 2015, it took a long time for me to actually tolerate the medication, and the side effects weren't as intense for me. I was on one of the lowest dosages. It was like a half of Docinix, and if you know the size of the pill, it's really tiny. And I was taking it once every 2 weeks, so twice a month. And with that dose, I was able to have normal days, have normal, I guess the pain was just more tolerable, and my days weren't all bad. That was a huge step for me, because for years I suffered every single day, and that was difficult because days in bed were never easy. I mean, it sucked because it felt like my life was just slipping away from me, and being a lively teen coming into adulthood and being a young adult diagnosed with this, it hit hard because I planned out so much of my life and none of it turned out the way that I thought. So in that, I've learned, don't plan, just take every day the way that it comes. And so that's what I've been doing, probably since 2015, just trying to take the days as they come. And some are good, some are bad. Today's tough, but I'm getting through it. I always do. Let's see, 2016, the beginning of 2016, I stopped taking not over the counter, but prescribed medication, and I started taking essential oils. I started applying them topically. The one that I was using was frankincense, and I would apply it here in the middle of my head, right between my eyes, because that's where the pituitary gland is located, underneath the brain. And so I started doing that, started feeling better, just being off medication, not feeling the pain from that. And sorry, bee landed on my dog, so I have to get it off. Hold up, Cope. Okay. He was a little guy, but I didn't want him to sting my dog. There you go. So, stop, Kobe. Cope, no. With that, I started taking the essential oils for about 5 months I was applying them topically, and then I had a friend that recommended me trying DDR from doTERRA. Has been amazingly helpful. Prime Essential is frankincense, and I've been on that ever since I became vegan, and that's helped a lot too. I was doing really well for the whole entire year of 2016. Actually, I did really well, and then sadly I got sick about like in February, I think, or March, and it's been hard to shake that. It's already late April, and I'm still not completely healed. It's been tough because my immune system took a really bad beating being on medication, and just overall when I was younger, I was always sick, and so I was always on antibiotics, and we already know that the antibiotics wipe out everything, and the good and the bad, and so my immune system never was able to recover fully, and I think everything I've been doing has helped, but you know, everybody gets sick now and then, and sadly I got sick and hit really hard, and it's been hard to get better from it, I guess, or progress. The process of healing is just long and hard. I think with that, I mean, I think that's why I've been emotional lately. I'm not really an emotional person at all. I try not to use my emotions. I've always been that way. I'm a logical thinker, and I don't like to key into emotions for various reasons. But I've been feeling it lately. I've been feeling it really hard, and just trying to keep a healthy balance, but definitely tears have been rolling, and it's not easy. It's not easy when you're sick and you don't have control over how your body feels, even though you try everything in your power to get better, and it's slow moving. This tumor is very underestimated. There's a lot of people with it, but not many people know about it. Doctors take it very lightly, but yet they don't really give you the information that you need about it, especially starting medication. They act like your opinion doesn't matter about your body. And that was a huge struggle in itself, that alone, just not being validated, not being heard. It's so important to validate people when they're struggling with things. People need to know that they're seen, especially those that are there for everybody else. You know, it's not hard. It's not hard being there for people. Just to let them know that you're there is so important. All in all, those that are fighting this, our battles, I mean, we all can relate because we're all fighting this tumor. But it hits us on different levels. Not all of us are going to relate to my story. Not all of us are going to relate to one another. But there are things that we can relate to and can support each other with. And in that, I do appreciate the awareness sites that, you know, I'm able to group with and just kind of vent to. Or at least me be able to give my advice. Helping people is so important, and I think that's one of my main callings, is to help people. For a long time I've wanted to make videos, I've attempted to make videos, and it's so hard. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to seeing myself in front of a camera, but I know that my story, it needs to be heard. I wish I found people's videos that were able to help me when I was first going through this, and hopefully that could be uplifting to others. I wish I was in a better state right now as far as emotionally, but I know that raw and real is the best way to be, and that's what it is. So I may be feeling it right now, but it needs to be out there. And awareness needs to be known for those suffering with this pituitary tumor. But I don't even know what I said. I really have just been ranting on, just with everything that I feel, everything that I've been experiencing. And I hope that I've said enough. So pituitary tumor awareness, Lauren Ashley.